Hey, how's everyone doing tonight? You good? I love the energy. All right, let's dive in. Who's been to an airport lately? Yeah, everyone, right? It's like a rite of passage. If you haven't been to one in a year, are you even living? Airports are chaotic mazes of weird people, overpriced food, and random security fails. You know when you're standing in line for security, trying to act casual, but secretly praying you don't get flagged for something weird in your bag? Like, please don't let my lotion look like a weapon. And then there's always that one guy who's been to the airport 1,000 times, but still doesn't know how to get through security. You know, the one who starts taking off their shoes and belt after they've already gone through the scanner. I'm behind them thinking, what are you doing, man? And what's with people forgetting the liquid rules? You show up with water bottles, and the TSA agent's like, really, Karen? It's on the sign. And then there's always that person who looks at you like you're holding them up while they pull out a bag of 10 water bottles like it's an act of rebellion. Don't get me started on the random screening. Everything's going great, then they pull someone aside like they have X-ray vision. You stand there in panic thinking, what did I do? Do I have a bomb in my pocket I didn't know about? And the TSA agents? They give you the look, the one that says, I could ruin your trip, or I could just let you go. It's like a silent game of will I be flagged? So today I'm diving into the most absurd airport security fails, the moments that make you think, how did this person even get to the airport? We've all been behind someone in line thinking, this is the one who's going to make us miss our flight. You just want to scream, come on, Karen, get your stuff in the bin. And then when they look at you like you're the reason there's a holdup, you're just trying to stay calm while they pull out a bag of frozen burritos. But that's the best part. Airport security is a game of chance. 1 minute you're sailing through, the next, you're praying your bag doesn't look suspicious. And there's always that one guy who thinks he knows everything. I've been flying for 20 years. Then he gets caught with a giant sub sandwich he forgot to declare. So buckle up, folks. We're about to dive into the world of airport security fails. By the end, you'll be laughing so hard, you won't even care if you get selected for extra screening, because at least you didn't bring a bag of frozen burritos. You ever had a TSA agent touch you like they're looking for buried treasure? I mean, they're doing a full body scan, checking for hidden items like you're smuggling gold bars, but all you've got is a bottle of water and a questionable sandwich in your bag. I get it though. They've got a tough job. Lots of people. Lots of bags. But sometimes it feels like they treat it like a sport. They start at your shoulders, working their way down your arms, like they're on a mission to find something that doesn't belong. And then it gets real intimate, real quick. I'm not saying I'm uncomfortable, but at some point I'm like, Karen, calm down. I'm just here for a bagel, not an X-rated search. It feels like you accidentally signed up for a spa treatment you didn't know about. Are they going to offer me a hot towel after this? Maybe a cucumber water? You can feel them getting into it. All business, eyes narrowed, hands moving like they're auditioning for Mission Impossible. But then, their hands get way too close to areas you'd rather they didn't. Suddenly, you're just praying you don't get flagged for a suspicious bulge. And no, I'm not talking about your phone or wallet, okay? We've all been there, standing awkwardly, trying to smile like, yep, everything's normal, totally not thinking about how close your hands are to my private areas. Then there's the politeness factor. You're trying to stay calm and not make the situation any weirder. You're just standing there like, yes, ma'am, I'm totally fine. Just a little uncomfortable about my life choices, but hey, let's power through this. The whole time you're holding it together, praying you don't clench anything, because if you do, you'll get flagged for another screening. It's a strange moment. You have to act cool, But inside, you're thinking, why am I letting a stranger touch me like this? It's like that time you were nice to the guy at the grocery store and ended up with a coupon for 5% off, but way more invasive. And don't even get me started on how they ask if you're okay the whole time. They're looking at you, hands all over the place, and you're just smiling and nodding, thinking, no, Karen, I'm not okay. I'm holding it together for the sake of humanity. This is the least okay I've ever been. And the worst part? The longer it takes. It's like the more invested they get. You're standing there trying to breathe, and they're acting like they're searching for something in your socks. By this point, you just want them to hurry up, because the longer this goes on, the more you start flashing back to middle school gym class, trying to pretend you're not fully aware of how awkward everything is. Here's the kicker. When it's finally over, they give you that you're good to go look, like they just uncovered a conspiracy. But it's not over. You still have to put your shoes back on, adjust your belt like you're preparing for a professional wrestling match, and try to walk away like nothing happened. But deep down, you know you'll never feel the same way about airport security. Every time you pass that TSA line, you'll look at it differently, more cautiously, like a secret club you didn't know you were part of. And have you ever had the agent comment on the weirdest things while they're patting you down? Oh, you're wearing a fleece jacket, huh? That's warm. I'm like, yes, Karen, I'm aware. I chose this outfit for comfort, not for you to critique my wardrobe choices. This isn't Queer Eye for the TSA guy. They'll comment on anything, like the wrinkle in your shirt or how tight your pants are. It's like, okay, you're good, just checking your pockets for something dangerous. And suddenly, you're praying they don't find that gum wrapper you forgot about. Please, just let me go. And then there's the awkward walk of shame. You've just gone through the full pat-down, your dignity is now in the airport trash, and now you have to act like nothing happened as you shuffle to get your stuff. You can't make eye contact with anyone because deep down, you know they're thinking, did she get the pat-down too? But at the end of the day, we all go through it. It's one of those bizarre, uncomfortable, yet strangely universal parts of travel. And every time I get through it, I think, well, I survived that. Just to eat a $9 sandwich on a flight to somewhere I'll probably never want to return to. But hey, at least I didn't have to make eye contact with the TSA agent while they went through my personal belongings for 15 minutes. Silver linings, folks. Silver linings. So, you get to security, right? Everything's going great. You're cruising through, shoes off, belt in the bin, feeling like you've mastered the system. Then you step through the scanner, and everything seems fine, until it's not. Halfway through, you realize, oh no, I forgot to take something out of my pockets. Suddenly, it feels like the whole world slows down, and you're just standing there thinking, did I really just do this? You start mentally retracing your steps, trying to remember what's in your pockets. Okay, keys, phone, dignity? It's the ultimate panic moment. I've been through this routine a million times, but for some reason today, I forgot that my keys are basically the biggest metal objects in the universe. Now I'm standing there, desperately hoping they won't notice. But of course they do. The TSA agent looks at you like, really? Keys? Again? They give you that disappointed parent look like you're the first person in history to forget that you've got keys in your pocket going through security. You know the look. It says, oh, you're one of those people. I'm sure they've seen 1,000 keys go through the scanner, but they act like I've tried to sneak a bunch of knives in there. Keys? Really, dude? Do you think you're the first person to make this mistake? At that moment, I start wondering, how many times a day do they see this exact thing? Are they rolling their eyes at every person who forgets their keys? Oh, here comes another genius. Keys in the pocket. Brilliant. Let's see if this one's got a spare tire or a spoon in there too. And you can't even argue, because they're right. You had one job, and now you're that guy holding up the line while everyone else is just trying to get through security and make it to their flight. Then, as if you weren't already humiliated enough, the agent asks, "Is there anything else in your pockets?" And you know that question is loaded with sarcasm. They're expecting you to pull out something crazy. A knife? A cactus? A live chicken? It's almost like they're waiting for you to whip out a random item that's going to make the situation even more ridiculous than it already is. I'm just waiting for the day when they pull something out of the scanner and the TSA agent says, "What's this, sir? A weapon or a snack?" And I'll be like, that's definitely a banana. But if you want it to be a weapon, I guess I could start throwing it. I mean, it's a fruit. Is it dangerous? If you throw it at someone, they'll probably slip, but still, it's just a banana. It's too random not to imagine one day a TSA agent pulling something like that out and giving you the side eye. Then there's the classic wallet moment. You forget it's in your back pocket, and when it goes through the scanner, you feel like you're about to be sent to prison for something you didn't even know was illegal. It's like, what do you mean, a wallet? It's just my license and credit cards. Can't we just pretend it's a normal object? But no, they're looking at it like it's some highly suspicious item that could explode at any second. You know, some days, I swear TSA agents have the most confusing job. They're trying to keep people safe without completely embarrassing everyone. We're all just walking around with random stuff in our pockets. Keys, phones, a loose Tic Tac you forgot about, or that gum you've been chewing for hours and didn't think to throw out. There's always that moment when you realize you're the weirdo with a pocket full of nothing useful, but you've still got to go through this whole ritual like it's some high-stakes game of hide and seek. Finally, when it's all done and they give you the, "Okay, you're good to go" look, it's the ultimate relief. But deep down, you know it's too late. Your dignity has already taken a hit. You've been caught with your metaphorical pants down. How many times have you had that "I forgot" moment and just wished you could disappear into thin air? You start fantasizing about a life where you've got nothing in your pockets. Just walk through. No keys, no phone, no random fruit you've forgotten about. Just smooth sailing through TSA. But let's be real. We're all going to forget something again. It's inevitable. And it's not just the keys and phone. One time I went through with a half-eaten granola bar in my pocket, and the TSA agent looked at me like I was trying to smuggle a brick of cocaine. She said, "Sir, what's this? A weapon or a snack?" I was like, a snack, but if you want me to throw it at someone, I guess I can, but it might just crumble. What kind of security risk is a granola bar anyway? So yeah, the "I forgot about that" moment is one of those classic horrifying airport experiences we all try to avoid, but can't help but face. Every time you go through security, it's just another reminder that no matter how many times you've done it, you'll still be the person who forgets their keys, or worse, gets caught with a banana in their pocket and has to explain that it's not a weapon. Have you seen what people try to sneak past airport security? I swear, every time I go through, I think, this has got to be the day we've reached the peak of human stupidity. But nope, there's always something new, something more bizarre. One time, I saw a guy try to bring an entire lobster in his carry-on. A live lobster. I mean, let's pause and think about that for a second. Who wakes up and thinks, "You know what I really need for my flight today? A lobster." Yeah, that'll make this journey more comfortable. What was his plan? Was he going to try to pass it off as an emotional support animal? "Oh yeah, I get really nervous on flights, so I need my lobster to calm me down." I can just imagine it now. Sitting next to me, a lobster with its claws all ready to make friends. The lobster's probably thinking, I don't know you, dude. What is happening right now? It's bizarre, right? You can't convince me this guy didn't walk through security with the lobster thinking, yeah, no one's going to question this. No one's going to stop me. TSA must have seen that and thought, what in the world do I even do with this? What do you even say when someone tries to bring a lobster through security? Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to remove the lobster from your carry-on. It's not like you can give them a warning like, hey, next time, maybe try a pair of socks or something. A lobster just isn't gonna fly. But nope, this guy was set on getting that lobster to its destination. I'm sure the lobster was just sitting there thinking, take me back to the ocean, please. But that's not even the craziest part. I get it, some people need emotional support animals. But a lobster? At some point, TSA needs to make a rule. No crustaceans allowed. We don't need any lobster-related emotional support incidents happening on flights. Imagine explaining to the flight attendants why you're holding a lobster in your lap. Sorry, I just get really anxious on planes. He's my support lobster. Yeah, sure. Let me just grab a blanket and a drink while we all sit next to the world's most confusing companion. And this is a real thing? TSA's out here stopping lobsters? But meanwhile, some guy tried to smuggle a whole turkey onto the plane. And not like a snack-sized turkey. Nope. He thought it was a great idea to bring a 12-pound turkey as his carry-on. Who does that? Can you imagine TSA's face when they open that bag? Sir, I'm gonna need you to step aside. Is that a fully cooked turkey in your bag? And what's the response? Yeah, I thought it'd be a good snack for the flight. A good snack? Who's eating an entire 12-pound turkey on a plane? That's like bringing Thanksgiving dinner into a metal tube with 200 other people. I picture him trying to explain himself. Oh, it's a portable meal. I've been on flights where the snacks are not enough. I need my turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy. Just slide it under the seat, no big deal. And imagine the flight attendants walking down the aisle, spotting this guy with his giant turkey on the tray table, just picking at it like it's a normal lunch. They offer peanuts and pretzels, and he's like, actually, yeah. Can I get some cranberry sauce with this? It's mind-blowing to me that people think this is okay. I get it. We all try to sneak snacks onto planes. You'll never catch me without at least 5 granola bars in my bag. But who, in their right mind, thinks, yeah, I'm definitely bringing this 12-pound turkey as my carry-on? What's next? Someone bringing a whole ham and stashing it in the overhead bin. Imagine TSA asking, is that a turkey or a weapon? And the guy's just sitting there with his turkey thinking, what's the worst that could happen? And you know it doesn't end there. The bizarre items people try to sneak past security are endless. Live chickens. Yep, people try to bring chickens through. What's the deal with that? Are we starting some sort of poultry club at the airport? Hey, I've got this chicken. Can I board with it? I really need it for the flight, man. Honestly, I'm half expecting to see chickens become the next big emotional support animal trend at airports. Or what about the guy with the inflatable raft? Yes, a full raft. Like, hey, I'm going on a quick flight, but I might need to go kayaking when I land. I'm just making sure I'm prepared for anything. TSA agents must be sitting there trying to figure out whether this inflatable raft is a life-saving device or a form of transportation that could cause chaos mid-flight. Honestly, after seeing someone try to get a lobster past TSA, I'm convinced there's no limit to what people will try to bring. We've seen lobsters, turkeys, chickens, inflatable rafts. What's next? A miniature zoo? Maybe someone will try to bring their pet giraffe next time. And you know what? It's kind of impressive. These people are committed. They're on a mission. But for the rest of us, it's like, please people, Just pack a normal sandwich and save the lobster for your post-flight dinner. Let's keep it simple, guys. You ever been behind an elderly person at security and it's like they're starring in their own reality show? I'm talking about a full-on, unscripted adventure. Shoes off, belt coming off, jacket on the floor. It's like watching someone audition for America's Got Talent TSA edition. Meanwhile, you're standing there thinking, how did you even make it this far? Seriously, you know the TSA agents are just looking at them like, okay, we've seen a lot of things today, but this is a whole new level. The whole process feels like a high-wire act for them. They're just trying to figure out which way is up while you're behind them, hoping you don't miss your flight because you're too busy witnessing their personal meltdown in the security line. I'll stand there watching them and think, I don't even know how you're getting on this flight, but you're giving us all a good show, Grandma. You're just waiting for the moment when they drop something, or the security alarm goes off, and the whole thing turns into pure chaos. They might forget their jacket, their shoes, or worst of all, their dentures. And then you're stuck in an endless loop of confusion. Everyone behind you is waiting for that sweet moment when Grandma finally figures it out, and the TSA agents are just trying to keep it together like, it's fine, let her have her moment, this is the show we all signed up for. And you can see the TSA agent's face when they have to help them. It's like, okay, I've been trained to defuse bombs, check for knives, but this I was not prepared for. You can tell they're trying their best, but you also know they've reached their breaking point when they start saying things like, no, Grandma, you don't need to take off your socks. Yes, those are your shoes. Please put them back on. You can see the agent's eyes pleading for a little clarity. And meanwhile, you're standing there, silently wishing they'd just finish and move along because you've got a flight to catch and a life to live. But here's the thing. Grandma doesn't even notice how much of a spectacle she's making. She's just doing her thing, living her best life, trying to remember if she packed her hearing aid and wondering why everyone's staring at her. She's looking at her purse like, wait, I know I had something important in here. Was it my passport? Or my dentures? And meanwhile, I'm over here dying inside because I'm thinking, oh no, please don't let her forget her dentures in the scanner. You know it's coming. The moment when Grandma, completely oblivious to everyone around her, starts rummaging through her purse. Is this my passport? No, that's my shopping list. Is this my... Nope, not my wallet either. Where did I put my teeth? And there I am, standing behind her, just hoping for the best. I mean, this is the moment where I feel like a personal assistant. Like, okay, Grandma, let's just get you through this. And at that point, you've got to give it to the TSA agents. They're doing their best to keep it together, but you can tell deep down they're just hoping this is the last elderly confusion of the day. Because, you know, it's always that one person who somehow manages to completely forget what they're doing and also forget the fact that they're holding up the line for everyone else trying to get through. But let's talk about what happens after. You think Grandma has it all figured out? Shoes on, belt around her waist, jacket in place. You think it's over, right? Oh no, no. It's the moment when Grandma turns to the TSA agent and asks, do I need to take this off? As she points to the scarf around her neck, like she's about to start a new wardrobe change. And then it happens. The TSA agent has that look in their eyes like, please, please just let this end. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get my stuff in the bins, but I'm also trying to be polite. You don't want to make Grandma feel bad, right? So you're standing there helping her going, it's okay, you don't need to take off the scarf, it's all good. But you can't help but wonder how she made it this far in the first place. What was her strategy to get to security? Did she just walk through the airport like an innocent bystander in a completely different reality show? What? Security? Oh, I didn't realize that was something I had to deal with. But here's the best part. Once Grandma makes it through, once she's on the other side, that's when she gets this gleam in her eye. Like, all right, I made it. I'm a pro now. She puts her stuff in the bin, and you can see the relief on her face, as if she just completed the world's toughest obstacle course. And you're over there, trying to get through your own security line, thinking, okay, that's it. I'm never traveling with Grandma again. But you can't blame her. Honestly, we've all been there. We've all had that moment where we're unsure of what's happening, forget our boarding pass, or lose our shoes, just trying to make sense of the chaos that is airport security. So, maybe that's just how it is. Maybe Grandma's a hero in her own right, giving us something to laugh about while we're stuck in the TSA line, trying to keep it together. And honestly, maybe we need that. Maybe we all need a little bit of Grandma's energy in our lives. Who else can turn a security checkpoint into their own personal reality show? Grandma, you do you. You're the true star of this whole ordeal. And then there's the moment you forget to take off your belt. We've all been there. You walk through the scanner, everything's going smoothly, you're feeling good, until beep. The alarm goes off. Instantly, you know it's your belt. You try to act casual like, oh, no big deal, I'm sure this happens to everyone. But deep down, you're panicking. It's just a belt. But somehow, it feels like you've just triggered a full-on security breach with a small leather strap and a metal buckle. You stand there trying to look confident, but inside, you're screaming, why did I wear a belt today? The TSA agent gives you that look. You know the one. Did you seriously not realize you have a giant metal buckle? And in that moment, you realize, yeah, I knew. I just didn't think it would be a big deal. But now, it's the focus of the entire airport security system. You're the problem. It's like your belt has become the most dangerous thing in the room. And here's the thing. You know deep down that the belt is probably the least threatening thing you're wearing. You've seen people walk through with shoes that could double as weapons, jackets with more zippers than a high-security vault, and a guy who's probably carrying a pocket knife that could cut through steel. Meanwhile, there you are, standing with a belt on, holding up the line. It's just a belt, man. But somehow, it's the thing causing the problem. You try to keep it cool as they send you off to the side to remove it. The process feels like an episode of some bizarre game show. Like, can you get through security without causing a scene? You slowly unbuckle your belt, trying to act casual, like it's not a huge deal. But you can't help but wonder how you ended up in this situation. You've been through the body scanner, the metal detector, and the full pat-down. But it's your belt that did you in. Really? Out of everything you wore today, it's this one piece of clothing that's going to stop your progress? You finally hand the belt over to the agent who gives you that look. You can almost hear their inner monologue. Really? A belt? Did you think this was going to fly? But you stand there awkwardly, waiting for them to give your belt back, like, yeah, I messed up. You got me, officer. I'm a criminal mastermind. I forgot my belt. The agent might not even say anything at that point. They don't have to. You know what they're thinking. How does this even happen? Once you get the belt back, you're sent through again. You walk through the scanner, feeling pretty clever now that you've remembered to remove the belt. But just when you think you're in the clear, beep, the alarm goes off again. Wait, is it the belt again? You start to panic, but then realize it's just the final moment of irony. Now, you're officially that person, the one holding up the entire line because of a belt. and you try to avoid making eye contact with anyone. You know they're all thinking, yeah, it's the belt. We get it. Everyone's silently judging you, and you're just standing there wishing the ground would swallow you up. But let's face it, this is the reality of airport security. You can never predict what's going to trip you up, and somehow, the belt always does. At the end of the day, it's just part of the process. It's embarrassing, but totally normal. We've all been there. Whether it's shoes, phones, headphones, or yes, a belt, it's always something. And honestly, maybe we should all make a collective decision to never wear belts to the airport again. Elastic pants for the win. At least then we can skip the awkwardness and the delays. Because let's be real, the belt is always going to be the one thing you forget, every single time. I absolutely love the passengers who, when they're asked to step aside for extra screening, start apologizing profusely. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm so embarrassed. It's my first time flying. They keep apologizing like they're about to get kicked off the plane and escorted out by security. You know what I'm talking about, right? They get pulled aside, and suddenly it's like, oh my God, I've committed a federal crime. They're so caught up in their own guilt, like they're about to be sent to airport jail. But honestly, it's not a big deal. Calm down, Karen, they just need to check your 16 pairs of socks. It's fine. But for some reason, this passenger acts like they've smuggled an elephant through security. And here's the thing, they don't just apologize once. It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cause any trouble. And I'm thinking, oh no, you're not causing trouble. You're just causing a scene now. Please, relax. They act like they've just blown up an airport. Meanwhile, the TSA agent is like, ma'am, we're just checking your bag because you have 27 pairs of shoes. We need to make sure none of them are explosive. It's like they forget this happens to everyone. Every single person goes through extra screening at some point. But for them, it's a catastrophe. Oh God, they're pulling me aside. I must be carrying a bomb in my toothpaste. I get it. It's awkward. Being singled out at the airport feels like you're in the spotlight. You're just standing there trying not to look like a criminal, but your suitcase is over there looking like a ticking time bomb. Shampoo bottles spilling out, your laptop halfway out of its case, and a rogue pair of underwear sticking out of your bag. Meanwhile, you're hoping the ground will swallow you whole. Then comes the awkward moment when they rifle through your bag. You try to act cool, but you're praying they don't pull out something embarrassing, like an old receipt or questionable socks. You just know the whole line is staring at you like, well, this is awkward. What kills me is how these I'm so sorry passengers apologize for everything. They apologize for the bag, the shoes, the water bottle, for existing. The TSA agent might even say, it's no problem, ma'am, we just need to check your bag. It's routine. But they're like, I didn't mean to bring all of this, I swear I'm not a criminal. At this point, I feel like I need to apologize. Sorry about her, she's really just here for the Wi-Fi and peanuts. Because honestly, they're acting like the TSA agent is about to write a criminal report over hand sanitizer. In their mind, they're thinking, my bag is going to set off the entire airport security system. They're going to call in the bomb squad. But let's be real, their bag is just full of snacks, water bottles, a few books, and a sweater. No need to panic. It's just airport security. They've seen this 1,000 times before. But it's hard not to feel bad for the I'm so sorry passenger. We've all been there, hoping your bag doesn't explode when they open it. You try to act like everything's fine, but deep down, you're just hoping they don't pull out your weird water bottle. These passengers will ask, is everything okay? Do you need anything from my bag? I can empty out the snacks if you need me to. I'm so sorry. You're just standing there thinking, it's just a water bottle, Karen. When it happens to you, it's equally awkward. You apologize, but deep down you know, no matter how much you apologize, it's not going to make this go any faster. The TSA agent has no patience for your desperate pleasantries. They've seen it all and just want to do their job. At the end of the day, just remember it's okay to make mistakes. We all forget the water bottle or the belt. Just try not to apologize so much that you make everyone else uncomfortable. We're all just trying to make it through security without having a full-on emotional breakdown. So, I'm just saying, the next time you're going through security and they're giving you the third degree, remember, you're not alone. Everyone's either lost their dignity or their patience by the time they get through. Like, I swear, airport security has a special way of making you feel like you're a criminal, even when you're just trying to catch a flight to visit your grandma. You're just standing there, trying to remember if you put your wallet in the right pocket, trying not to look suspicious while your belt's doing its best to ruin your entire day. And seriously, everyone gets it. You've seen those people in line, right? You know the ones. The ones who can't figure out whether they should take off their shoes or their pants. They're like, oh wait, I can leave my pants on? Oh wait, shoes. Shoes, not pants, okay? We've all been that person, and trust me, the TSA agents, they've seen it all before. You're not fooling anyone. You could show up dressed like a ninja, and they'd still find a way to stop you for a random search because you've got, like, too many granola bars in your bag. But hey, if you get lucky and avoid a pat-down, that's basically the same thing as winning the lottery at this point. I mean, come on. If you walk through that scanner and you don't get pulled aside, you should be calling your friends. Guys, I just hit the jackpot because it's the rarest thing ever. It's like the TSA agent saying, oh, you're good to go, no issues here. You didn't even set off the scanner? Wow, that's amazing. I can't remember the last time I saw that. You feel like you should get a prize. Like, here's your reward, sir. A voucher for a free drink on the plane. Oh, but wait, no liquids. Crap. You're on your own there. And let's be real. If you manage to skip the pat-down and get to your gate without some awkward confrontation, you're feeling like you've earned a medal. Everyone else in the line has gone through something, whether it's the random backpack check, the belt incident, or the forgotten fruit they tried to sneak through. You've done the impossible. You've made it through with no issues. It's like you're walking through the terminal like, yeah, that's right. I'm a security smooth operator. And you're not even ashamed of it. But here's the truth. We all know the process can be a little crazy. We all get a little stressed when we see those lines at security. You wonder if you packed everything correctly, if you're going to have time to grab a coffee before boarding, and if you're going to have to see the I'm so sorry passenger again. But when it's all said and done, it's just a small price to pay for the privilege of getting on a plane and heading somewhere. So, as I wrap up tonight, I just want to leave you with one thing. The next time you're in an airport, just remember, security's not out to get you. It may feel like it sometimes, but it's just their job. They've seen every weird situation and every random item you can imagine, so don't feel bad. Whether it's the elderly traveler with too many belts, or the person who thinks a lobster is a good carry-on, you're not alone. We've all been there. And hey, if you get lucky and breeze through with no drama, maybe take a moment to appreciate it, because if you can get through without a pat-down, without a beep, without anything suspicious, you're doing something right. You're like a golden child of airport security. Keep that streak alive. Thanks for laughing through the madness with me tonight. Safe travels, everyone, unless you're traveling with a live lobster. In that case, good luck. May the TSA gods be on your side.